Hey Taurus, and welcome to your April 2018 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead. And okay, Taurus, we are working very hard here. Good for you. You have overcome a lot and been able to define yourself, I feel. Maybe made yourself very clear to many people of the past, the present, working towards the future there. How do you feel coming into April? Like, look around yourself right now. Look at your messages. Look at who you've been in touch with. Look at the words that you've spoken to other people, the words that other people have spoken to you. What is all of this creating within you? Have you sort of developed yourself in the image that you want to be seen in? Like when you look at the way that you're coming off to other people, when you look at the words that you say to other people, is it right? Is this who you are? Is this showcasing your advantages and your merit as a person? I feel that there is a crisis with the identity and a crisis with how Taurus is coming off to other people, because you've basically come into one with yourself, and this is such a wonderful victory for you and such a wonderful advantage to have. Incredible energy, strength, the world, 10 of cups coming in while still kind of lingering in that 7 of cups, 8 of cups, 2 of swords territory as well. So Taurus is good with itself, I feel now, which is saying something, because for about 2 or 3 years there, you guys were really kind of scared of yourselves in a way and having to understand the void that you were facing within. It feels like you've gotten that in March. It feels like that came to a head. It feels like you've had to confront those experiences. But now it feels that it's come to the next level of your projection to other people. And it feels like this is the next step. And it also feels like April is a month where you can figure this all out here and sort of step into May, really vibrating at an incredible, energetic level for sure. The ego is very emphasized this month coming in for Taurus, and not just in y'all, but in the people around you. Situations could be built to appear in ways which they are not. Aries also had that 7 and 8 of cups as well in their reading, and it feels like you have seen how people build things up in a false way, and you are ready to kind of depart from that. It feels very realistic. It feels like realism has become more prioritized within you, in the sense that no longer do you need to fool yourself with false senses of abundance, false senses of benevolence. You are coming into your own. You are marrying very much within yourself. And it's the energy, Taurus, is quite challenging actually for me to describe, because it's very intricate and subtly different from many things that I usually talk about. You are one of the healthier signs this month. Yes, you have accomplished more maybe than other people have solidified and stabilized much more than you had in the past. Yet there's still this distance. There's still this cycle with luck, with what point do you walk away from people? What point do you walk away from yourself? What point do you build from the ground up? What point do you sort of tame the beasts in your experience? And how those points elicit changes within your life. I know it probably sounds a little bit confusing, because I myself am slightly confused by the energy coming forward, but to really simplify things down a little bit more, Taurus, for this month, the endings have happened, yet you're still lingering in the ending phase. There could be a bit of a potential to portray yourself in a way that is no longer congruent with who you actually are, as if to prove points or something. It feels like the ego needs to be validated in old experiences, needs to be seen by old people as something stronger, more compelled, and even perhaps superior. Okay, so people with superiority complex and inferiority complex feel to be numerous right now, and I really think that a big mission for Taurus is to not have to play into it, to not get distracted by that false narrative, needing to be better than other people, or needing to portray yourself in a way that is better or worse than somebody else's situation. I feel like since the projection is kind of struggling, it's a great month to be to yourself. It's a great month to hold loved ones dear. It's a great month to actually come to yourself and realize, wow, I kind of was a little bit crazy there, but it needed to be said. Like, not taking away from yourself because you realize you might have been a little bit overwhelming or over the top in some way. It's like maybe allow yourself to laugh at yourself, or maybe allow yourself to get over it too, to get over some of these things, because there's like this humor mixed in with holding yourself too accountable for too many things. So when it comes to accountability, when it comes to painting yourself a certain way for other people, stop, laugh at yourself, and turn the other way and do something else. Like, do something else, move somewhere else. If you're scared of seeing your ex in public, move somewhere else. Maybe they've already moved somewhere else. Really start to tailor your life around what you want to be versus painting pictures of what that is without ever even quite encompassing it. Because here's the thing, and like I think the biggest point of this reading, new people are coming in, Taurus. About after this month, some of you have already started to get it. For those of you who are a little bit ahead of the energetic paradigms, new people are coming in. New friendships, new love relationships, new networking, career opportunities. Very close to the Taurus energy. And too much time spent painting yourself for somebody else, or too much time generating realities which don't exist, will generate people, you know, these contacts of love, friendship, or career possibilities, who are invested in this false type of reality. So you can very easily in April find yourself in a career that does not make sense, in a relationship that is not right for you, in the types of circles that you've always made fun of, because you've painted yourself in that way to prove some kind of point. So ground yourself in April. The sun will be going into your sign at the end of this month. That will be beautiful. It gets better, like right at the last week of April. For those of you Taurus who do have your birthdays in the 3rd or 4th week of April, you should be quite blessed with vision of where this next year needs to take you. So solar return, you get that depositive energy back in. Maybe not using it so chaotically this year will do you well. Seeing where your luck is as a person, seeing how random experiences have impacted you. Really incredible to see Taurus giving yourself a goal and sticking to it. The world with the Wheel of Fortune there in that 3rd week is like ending this spinning the wheel type of cycle, like a rolling the dice. I'm going to roll the dice and end up where I be. That could end here with Jupiter and Scorpio. It's like you have so much potential, you have so much opposite directional things coming in, like things coming at you head on, which can really help you rise up into the high ranks of your field. And if you kind of stop rolling the dice or stop relying on luck and really map out a plan for yourself, you can do really good. And I feel that that's true for all Taurus, especially those born in April, where it's so incredible for you to spend April in general, you know, at the drawing board or discovering what it is that you want to do with yourself, because you are kind of just stepping into that catalyst point, which is so beautiful to see you in. So congratulations for that. To get into the week to week specifically though for you guys, in the first week you have Page of Pentacles rooted down by Knight of Pentacles reversed. So completely redefining who you are as a person. Both of those cards represent the masculine aspects of your sign. So the way that you are entering into situations, the way that you are making your presence known, the way that you are managing your situations of life become very emphasized in the first week. So self-management, management of goals, desires, and dreams, management of money. These things are going to be right at the top of the list in April, and it feels like something that you can manage. Like that's really the goal. Like it's not needing to be this like looming thing which never gets any type of solace. Truly allow yourself to like look up at the ceiling and think, okay, I can fix this. Like see your plans, like you're looking at your walls or something in your room and you're like writing on them in your mind. You are so formulaic this month and have so much mental energy that like all of the answers are going to be written out all around you. So try to not be too scared about not coming to the conclusions that you need to. Second week, 10 of Cups rooted down by Strength. This is a marriage type of energy and a growth type of energy. So marrying your project or marrying the aspects of your personality which are at war with each other could be very nice for you. Again, self-management comes up again too, because strength is very much like a taming the beasts that are present in your life. And don't fear that. Don't fear to see where things have been a bit unkempt. Don't fear to see where things have really just wreaked havoc because all the fixed signs are there. Jupiter's in Scorpio. It's really expanding what we may consider to be some of the negative aspects of our personality, and those around us. So everybody's problem area gets expanded during this time. So somebody has an addictive type of personality, or somebody is gloomy all the time. It's like all of those things expand, and people's like a positive aspects kind of diminish a little bit. So really look within during the second week of April and think, okay, maybe I can see more clearly where I've messed up. Maybe I can see how much havoc I've wreaked in that person's life. I can see how much havoc they've wreaked in my life. Do I need to wreak more havoc in their lives? Watch out for that. It feels like by taming your own beast and at least being able to control it, like even if you do end up wreaking a bunch of havoc in a bunch of people's lives, try to not be trigger happy with that. Try to not be at the peril of your own animal instincts. Rather, smartly manage it and smartly find peace as well. That's hard for a lot of people right now. It's difficult to find peace within. You can do it though. You are one of the signs that can, but it's like an effort thing for you for sure. You've got to be able to like confront the lion and grab it by the teeth and become immune to the sharpness of the proverbial teeth there. Third week, the world rooted down by Wheel of Fortune reversed. This is probably the most visceral week of your month. That whole middle part of April though is so strong. Honestly, the 3 weeks, second, third, and fourth weeks of April are just so intense for Taurus. You are involved in a lot of endings and perhaps not enough beginnings. This is equinox week right here, so it makes sense that the world comes up. I believe it's come up for a few others in this week because you should be able to see a very long running cycle. Honestly, in like the whole first 3 weeks of April, you should be able to see something that's been going on for way too long, has long outlived its life within your life, and you should almost be able to put it out of its misery here. So try not to kill anybody. That's not good. Please don't do that. But that little voice that those Taurus people have that kind of goes against your goals and says you're not going to be able to do that, or you should be mean to that person, or you should wreak havoc in that person's life. I feel like you can nip that in the bud now. I also feel that you can see very clearly who is this type of voice in your life. You'll have kind of x-ray vision to people's intentions. You'll see very clearly when someone's like, oh yeah, you're great at that, but clearly they don't think that, or clearly they don't want you to be good at it. There's like a competitive thing there. And I would like distance myself. You know, I would walk away from that. Fourth week, 7 of Cups rooted down by 8 of Cups. That nice chronological order there. A lot of things over the last year cycle in Taurus life has become a 7 of Cups type of experience. Many grandiose possibilities, many things on the horizon which look very sparkly and nice, that have only really been generated by losing sight of yourself and your identity. And everyone's been there. It's a very collective thing right now, and many Taurus have overcome this as well. But it's important for Taurus with Jupiter and Scorpio right now, I feel, that is triggering this type of energy in, to be able to react to this type of thing with love towards themselves, because that's what takes that vision of yourself, that black figure, and that's what illuminates that love and laughter, not cynicism, not spite, not pessimism, not hatefulness, and not a need to be painted in a way that is better than people who have wreaked havoc in your lives, but simply being able to laugh it off, or being able to actually lovingly embrace people who have been important to you, even if you know there's not really a future there. Like being able to be tender with those who have had a big role in your life, even if you know there has to be distance. Because sometimes when Taurus is too harsh to other people, or too hateful, it can make them want you more. And then sometimes when you're really nice, people just get bored. So if you no longer want to have somebody in your life, just be kind of nice and nonchalant, and they'll just kind of go away. But if you're like very mean to them or wreak a lot of havoc in their lives, this makes them want to hold on to you. Rooting that down with 8 of Cups, it's perfect. I mean, you're wanting to walk away from that. You're wanting to walk away from that cycle of people really doing the opposite of what you expect. You're like, I want to break up with you, and that's finally when the person wants to commit to you. You want to commit to someone, they're looking around at many different possibilities. And the whole reason that happens to Taurus is because sometimes you really have to prove something to yourselves. You're very optimistic, more so than people give yourself credit for. You like to be the lucky person. You like to be the underdog sometimes. Sometimes it's really empowering for you to be that person who is disliked by somebody, but then through your endurance, you suddenly become their best friend through some kind of situation. Basically, when odds are stacked against Taurus, Taurus like rises to the occasion and proves people wrong. And when you sort of set your life path to be that, it maybe generates this cycle where you don't want to be around people and then they want to be around you, and it's very, very polarized. Two of Swords is your central theme, and it feels like Taurus is hiding from something or hiding from someone. Like maybe you have these people who've done you wrong, and you're like, I want to push them into the dark recesses of my mind, and that will make them not exist. And I'm left with like the image of like a child playing hide and go seek, and it's like, I'm gonna cover my eyes and nobody's gonna see me. Remember that people still exist, and try to not implement that type of power over them. Also, there could be a struggle with people doing that to you. Maybe there have been people who have like outcast you, or people who have put the wool over your eyes in some sort of way, or told you how to act, or basically conscripted you into some sort of service role to them. And those types of cycles can really just up and end right here and now. The main problem with that is you become very irreplaceable to people, or people become very irreplaceable to you, so it elicits this type of control dynamic. As I said, new people. It's been going on for so long. Like honestly, ever since I started my channel, Taurus has kind of been in this cycle with old people and past experiences and not being able to detach from people, and people not being able to detach from you. But that process is happening right now. The world is here. Strength, 8 of Cups. You guys are finally walking away, and it's so empowering. I hope that I've been able to slightly touch on the energies here. I know it's been a little bit scattered, because your energy is scattered too, and it's very subtle. So subtle and scattered, that can be a little bit difficult to articulate on, but I feel like most of you got it, and I feel like most of you understand some of these subtleties, and I'm really hoping that you did. Comment below if you have anything to add on that, or if you have anything to clarify about this type of experience. If you guys would like to subscribe to my channel, you can click the center of your screen, and you can also check the description box and follow me on Instagram or Twitter. I post a lot of updates on those apps, and much love, and I'll be talking to you guys in May with hopefully a much clearer, exciting reading for then. Bye.